Hi, my name is Maria.
I'm Michael.
And welcome back to our YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what are we discussing today?
We're doing the Zaman and Dessouky PSA controversy.
Yeah, there was a bit of drama in that match.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was classic. It was so good. If you haven't seen it, it's on YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah, it's on PSA. So Squash TV. It's on the day round 2 court 2 feed, I think.
Yeah, and it's like right at the end of the broadcast.
It's the last match.
Yeah, it's the last match.
Last match. Okay. I am gonna go conduct by conduct.
Okay.
Okay, that's what my.
Because you don't want to do every single like episode of outrage, I guess, because there was a fair bit of it.
Yeah, there. But I do, before I get into the conducts.
Mm-hmm.
In game 2, there was an error.
Yep. Scoring error.
Scoring error made by the umpire.
Yep. Referee.
The referee. He gave, what was it, Zaman? Did I say his name?
Yeah, Zaman.
Two points.
Yeah.
For no reason. So it was 4-all. Zaman won the point. It was meant to be 5-4.
Yeah.
But they gave him an extra point for some reason, and Dessouky understandably went to the ref and be like, it's meant to be 5-4. But then the ref just doubled down. It's like, nah, it's 6-4. I was like,
yeah, and he's just like, no, he was so convinced that like he won a point before or something, the ref. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, anyways, that was very interesting. So that was the second game. Okay. Dessouky won anyway, so
yeah, Dessouky won that game regardless of the 2-point mishap.
Okay, so this gets progressively worse.
Yeah.
The first few, I think Dessouky didn't deserve them, but then I think because he got those conducts, it's just sort of piled on. It was like it ended in a big kaboom.
Yeah.
So the first conduct warning was for dissent. That was in game 4 at 7-7.
Mm-hmm.
So this came about of a pickup call. So Dessouky, he picked up a ball from the back corner. We couldn't really see it properly because of the camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
But the umpire called it double. I thought it looked good, but at the same time, I can't see the corner. But sometimes you can tell by the shot if it's double bounced or not.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Not only that, but I guess you can still kind of judge the flight of the ball and where the player is positioned and where their racket is as well.
Yeah.
You know, and that's kind of what I feel like I was judging. I was like, I feel like he was behind that ball in time. The ball was going, like it was on its way down to the floor, but like I feel like he got the racket to it.
Yeah.
So
apparently, he talked to the umpire, went to the umpire, so the ref about it, and it was called for dissent, so he got a conduct warning for that. I didn't think it was dissent. I just thought
he was just saying, no, I got that racket to the ball before that double bounce. Basically.
I just didn't, I wrote down, I thought Zaman showed more dissent to the ref.
Yeah.
But he got no punishment for it at all. So I don't know what's happening there. Yeah. But I just felt like, I don't know, just the umpire. I don't know. It was just poor umpiring. And
it was
being honest.
I feel like the entire game, that ref was really bad. I think he missed a lot, and I think that not just Dessouky, but I think even Zaman had issues with the ref as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I felt like the ref targeted Dessouky a little bit more.
Yeah.
Than Zaman.
No, I agree with that, but I feel like he definitely targeted, but at the same time, he was just no good.
Yeah,
the ref, and he, because of that quality of reffing, Dessouky and Zaman had issues with that. They're just like, Like, bro, what?
No. So we'll go to the next one, which is a conduct stroke for dissent again. This was at game 4, at the end of game 4.
So the conclusion of game 4 going into game 5.
Yep. So Dessouky asked for a let, got no let. This was when he ran into Zaman and his racket fell out of his hand. I felt like Zaman was in the way in the line of getting to the ball.
Yeah. I feel like his ball wasn't... He hit the right type of shot. Like, he had to hit that ball down the side. Yeah, Zaman
hit the right type of shot, but it was just really loose.
It was really loose.
And I thought, because of that, I felt like he was in the way of Dessouky's.
Yeah. I think Dessouky probably over-dramatized the situation. Like, the racket flying out of his hand and everything. Like, it seemed... Like, the racket went flying upwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I don't think that a racket naturally flies upwards if you collide into him. I feel like it just sort of goes, like, forward and down when you collide. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he, made it a bit dramatic. But he's probably really fed up with the ref at the end of game 4.
Because I think they're probably thinking, what do I have to show to get a stroke?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what happened there. But the ref didn't give him anything. He gave him an no-let. I thought it probably should have been a stroke.
Yeah, I think it at the very least was a let.
Very minimum let.
Very minimum let, but
I think it should have been
possibly
a stroke.
Yeah.
And all we heard from the game mic was Dessouky asking for an explanation.
Yeah.
And apparently that was dissent. So I don't think he deserved that one either. But that's all I heard from the mic. We don't... Who knows what else went on. But I don't think that deserved a contact stroke. Okay. Going into game 5, okay, there was a conduct warning for racket abuse. Game 5,
that was classic, actually.
Yeah, at 5-3. So, why did I spell his name differently? Okay, so everyone got a stroke against Dessouky. In my humble opinion, I'm not a good ref either, but I think it should have been a let at most.
So this is the point where he threw the racket?
Yeah, after he threw the racket.
Yeah, so Zaman called for a let, got a stroke?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I vaguely recall that, yeah. And I think it probably could have been a let. I don't think it should have been.
I think there was minimal interference.
I think it was close to a stroke, but I feel like it should have been a let, probably. Yeah,
I thought... Like, there's probably a little bit of contact getting to the ball, but I thought as he was ready to swing, Dessouky was out of the way.
Yeah.
But then again, the camera angle's weird, so it's it's on the left.
Yeah, it's on the bottom left back corner of the court.
And so...
And this rally was happening on the far right side wall, so it's kind of hard to really gauge depth.
No, it happened on the left side. That's where it was called.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was on the right side.
No, he threw his racket on the right
side. Yeah, I remember
side.
him throwing the racket. Oh, yeah. Okay, no, now I remember that. That's right, yeah. He played like a straight drive, but it kind of came back short and kicked out a little bit. Yeah, I feel like he cleared enough. It was probably borderline a stroke, but I would lean more like a let.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I think it was probably a let. And so obviously Dessouky was getting really fed up and threw his racket.
It was classic.
And I feel like this was the first contact warning I thought he deserved because it's racket abuse, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a no-brainer. But if it was a one-off, like, bad call, I don't think Dessouky would have cared. But because it was just...
There was a
piling up and
there was this sort of cascading effect of just bad call, bad call.
And I think he just got really fed up and, racket abuse. Cool story. So, and then, literally a point after that...
he picked his racket up, went to the front wall, came back, and then smacked his racket onto the court floor as well. Yeah. And actually, I think he chipped the bumper guard or something, maybe. He chipped something... You could actually see something kind of like flick off. And then Zaman actually went over and picked up and threw it out of the court as well. Okay,
well, after one more point...
Yeah.
It was conduct match for dissent. This one was actually dissent.
It was hilarious.
So it was another call. that one against Dessouky that I thought was a bit shocking as well. Another shocking call. I think you can hear it from the crowd. The crowd's like, ooh, like it shouldn't have been called that or something.
Yeah.
I forgot what actually happened.
Yeah, I can't remember either.
But I do remember this happening. The ref warned him that if he continued to go on, it would be contact match. And Dessouky said, in the most, I'm going to paraphrase this, he didn't care. I don't care. And then that was contact match.
Yeah. If you know my personality at all, imagine me saying it with a few expletives.
Yeah, so there was definitely an F-bomb said there. And I'm just like, fair.
Yeah. He was so fed up with that reffing.
I feel like if I was on my menstrual cycle, I think I would have been that mad.
Yeah, I know. Bro, I had, like, Maria's brother reffed one of my matches, and I got fed up with him just on 2 calls. Not because, like, and I don't know, I got fed up with him. 2 calls really shouldn't be enough for me, but it felt like the same kind of call, and he gave it to him and not to me. I'm just like, it's the same thing. Like, why? Like, what is this?
But yeah, so yeah, the umpiring was really bad.
It was dreadful.
And I think just Dessouky's anger accumulated, but I don't think he ever should have thrown his racket.
But he probably wouldn't have either, with a bit more consistency and a bit more...
I know that, but
Yeah.
I feel like once you get into that sort of emotional state, you're sort of letting the umpire win.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But also, we like to think that referees definitely aren't biased.
It felt like they were.
And it felt like...
one.
But I feel like it also... Generally, I feel like the other thing as well, like between 2 players on a court, actually, it's even the same with all sports, right? Where, there's several, at least 2 teams. Most sports are just 2 teams or 2 sides, if you will, right? And generally, the first person or team that sort of like agitates the ref or the umpire, then the umpire starts really getting like their eye on in them and not so much the other. Do you know what I mean? So they see all the bad qualities of the one team and none of the other side. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but this umpire just wasn't even consistent.
No, he was terrible.
Just not consistent. See, at least when I ref, I'm consistently bad and I make the same calls.
Yeah.
I have that going for me. But, I'm just like, he was giving like Dessouky a lot of like, dissent, conduct warning. But I felt like Zaman also too was...
Yeah, I don't know. I felt like Zaman was...
I felt like he yelled more at the ref.
Well, not only that, but he showed a lot of... I feel like he also had a lot of body language. He was kind of like shrugging the shoulders and you're like...
AFL.
Yeah. Shrug rule. Yeah, it's just... And I was really surprised that, as much as like Dessouky in game 5 was really fired up, he was like not just... I feel like in games 1 through 4, Dessouky was pretty quiet. He questioned the ref and stuff, but... Which
is fair.
And that's fine.
Because there's no review, because it wasn't on
their primary court, yeah.
So he couldn't really ask for video referee, but I feel like you should be able to question the referee to a certain extent, and I felt like he never really crossed that line.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. And then... Yeah, and Zaman was just really, like... Come on, you can't call that a stroke or something, he was really... Yeah, it was a bit more, what's the word? Like, a bit more sort of stubborn about...
A bit more vocal.
Yeah. So...
A bit more animated.
Yeah, you could say that.
Yeah.
So, I know. So I feel like they both, if you're going to give one dissent, then you have to give the other dissent.
The other one, but he didn't.
He really didn't.
The ref did not.
So it's either you give them both dissent or you don't give either of them dissent. Now, granted, I think both deserve dissent. Not like I don't think they both should have gone dissent free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, especially when you throw your racket. But I think that was just accumulation of all the other conduct.
No, exactly.
Too, so,
but I think both behaved fairly poorly.
I felt like both behaved pretty poorly, but I felt like Dessouky got
but I also
the most
understand.
punishment.
Yeah, but I also understand both of them behaving poorly because the ref was also pretty atrocious.
Yeah, so I guess the conclusion is the ref was pretty bad.
Yeah.
And as a result, the anger in both players sort of boiled up throughout the match. So
yeah.
And it really escalated at the end there.
I know. And
it's like, if you keep going, we'll give you contact match. Like, I don't care.
He's like, I don't care, just give him contact match.
Add in the F-bomb.
Yes.
But that's pretty much how it ended. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, it was so funny though. I loved it.
If I ever need to laugh again.
Oh, bro. Not only that, but like, like Channel 7, Channel 10, whichever media market, get on top of this because this is prime TV. This is quality.
It's like keeping up with the Kardashians.
Oh, yeah.
Keeping up with the ref calls.
It was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was great to watch.
Anything to add, or is that it?
I mean, all I was going to say was, sometimes you just sort of question where they've got their PSA officials from. Do you know what I mean? For instance, Maria had a tournament up in Bega a couple of years ago, and when you had your match there,
yeah,
I thought he was pretty atrocious. I was watching and he called like a stroke. I'm just like, oh goodness, and I'm just doing that for most of it. And there was sometimes there were serves that you hit in, but he might have called it out or something. Like he thought it hit the line. I'm just like, it's like so fucking.
Yeah, I know. You can't let it get to you because it's just like, they're not going to change their mind, so what's the point of fighting about it?
Yeah, exactly. And they're not changing their mind, especially since there's no medium for them to change their mind. There isn't a review system in place for some of those tournaments. So, I totally get that, but you just think, like, where do you get some of these refs? Did you just pick them off the back street or something?
Yeah, that's how I feel sometimes too. I'm just like, why? Why?
But yeah.
Anyways.
So I don't know. I don't know. Like I feel like your ref that you had that bigger tournament, he was quite old. Maybe there's like an older interpretation of the rules. Maybe he's not up to date. So I don't know. PSA maybe.
Also, too, we have rule changes now. So
exactly.
I need to read those rule changes. Oh, there's so many.
No, that's fair.
I think I need to do a reference course this year.
Yeah.
Because there's so many changes.
No, exactly. But yeah.
At least we're not like the AFL. We don't change them every year.
Yeah.
We change them every once in a while, and we change everything.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But yeah. Anyways, I think
that's it.
Yeah, that's basically it, I reckon.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
For the next controversial squash incident.
Okay, bye.
See ya.